And we live, baby. I had to play both parts right there because Tommy's not here.
That's what you're doing. Okay, I like that. All right, all right. Hopefully, we'll see too. Tommy might sneak in, maybe,
He might make
possibly.
a little surprise appearance. How you feeling, Tom? I know you had a little rough weekend yourself with caught the vid.
Yeah, I mean, just fueled on coffee, then afterwards gonna probably go to sleep again for like 12 hours.
Nice. Well, shout out to Chad. I see Farmer Nash posted first about 2 hours ago. Shout out to him, Arrow, Moose, Garfield Lasagna, always holding it down. Rez, J Hub, Speed Wins, Rena Red. How's it going, guys?
It was 2 hours ago. I didn't even notice the other
Yeah,
time on that. Wow. Okay, that makes sense then.
yeah.
I didn't
So
realize you could jump in chat early for these.
yeah. When it gets posted, you can post it. Honestly, when we post it or set it up Sunday night, people can hop in there and comment on it. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so tonight we got a fun one of our favorite projects we've been following for months now. We have Her Monsters on, and tonight we have the luxury of chatting with Burn and Seven. How's it going, guys?
Hey, everyone.
There we
Hey, how's
go.
it going?
Good. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Yeah,
Little
it's usually we hang out in the chat room when Her Monsters is being discussed and just like watch like fans. It's kind of cool.
No, we appreciate you guys hopping on. I know you said you guys do a lot of spaces and stuff, and you like to hide in the chat room, so we do appreciate you guys coming on the show and kind of chatting a little bit more about what you guys have going on when you're in your mint coming up. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you
Yeah,
for
you
having
bet.
me.
been
Yeah,
looking forward to this for a while, trying to
Yeah,
get
I
this
was gonna
together
say.
too. So it's one we've even like talked about. Like every time we bring it up, like, all right, we're going to talk about Her Monsters tonight on the show. Got to reach back out to them. I want to set that up. We've been waiting for this.
Well, we talked to Seven, what was it, back in August of 22, and you kind of gave us a little bit of info on the project and stuff. So since then, we've kind of been linked up. But before that, we saw you guys, promoting it on Twitter and stuff. So we've been trying to get this going for a bit now. So I'm glad we finally did.
100%. No, we appreciate it. And definitely, it's hard not to see you guys covering every time you guys post something. It goes on fire, and the community is always promoting it. So definitely cool to be here as long to see you guys are growing with us.
We appreciate that, man. We know you guys have been working hard. And I say it all the time, but I personally appreciate you guys taking your time and making sure everything is the way you guys truly have the vision set out for yourself. So I really do appreciate the time you're taking. And shout out to the other F35er in the chat, new married man over here. Tommy, where you at, buddy? No, I'm
Woo
sure he's doing
woo.
something busy. No, but so anybody who doesn't know, if you guys can just give a little bit of a background of specifically what Her Monsters is, what it entails. If someone's the first time watching our show and seeing you guys on here, can you guys explain a little bit what Her Monsters is about?
Oh, I guess I'll do the honors on this one. So yeah, Her Monsters is a world being built on the Cardano ecosystem that's creating a user-friendly, fun, and interactive world portal that can act as a onboarding and mass adoption device so that we can get some people educated as to what we're doing on Web3 and have some fun while doing it. So
Dope. Okay, very cool. Who's the artist behind the project? I know it's not neither of you guys, right? It's someone else behind the scenes on the team.
yes, our artist's name is Miku. He's one of the co-founders, been here, just created an archetype and turned it into a gang. Been doing graphic design work for 15 plus years professionally, so just been able to transition that into passionate art, and it shows.
And then as far as your two roles, we have, Burn, your community manager, and Seven, you're the creative director, you said?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hello?
You're good. You froze for a second there, but you're good.
We might have lost Seven.
Did we lose you, Sev?
He
Oh.
looks very serious right now if we didn't.
That's a common face when we're in our team meetings. Oh, there you are.
Hey, hey.
Welcome back. We missed you.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so Seven is our creative director, and and he wears a lot of hats. Actually, he will not give himself the shout out he deserves. He also has his fingers in the lore. He pretty much project manages right beside me. He is the driving force behind Her Monsters, and one of the co-founders. And the other co-founder is Lev. Lev the dev. He is our wizard. Sometimes I wish we could clone him, and then other times I realize that the world can't handle multiple Levs. And then you guys met Elle in the space,
Yes, we
that
did.
Twitter space a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she is also one of the driving forces of the project. She is kind of the all-seeing eye. She's everywhere, picking up all the pieces that we drop. And she also wears many hats. She's an accountant. She's an executive assistant.
Oh my
She is
gosh.
kind of all things.
Jack of all trades, that's for sure. So is Lev the one that did the website then, I'm assuming?
Yes. Yes, he did.
I'm going to pull this up real quick because that website is absolutely amazing. That was one of the first things that we commented on. I'm sure maybe even a lot of people comment on is the website. It's just so well done. I remember one of the first I don't know, activities for the project we did. I remember doing it on the website and with the Twitter and everything, submitting my name and all that stuff. And I was part of the 1000 group here, so I'm pretty pumped to be a part of that.
Nice.
But so it's a very cool website. So he did all of this stuff in-house himself.
That is all the magician right there. Shout out to Lev, wherever you are.
Very cool. Very cool.
That TJ, I mean, there's certain projects, you know, because we do this side of things where we, you know, make our own content and like to contribute to the space that way. But, you know, we started out like a lot of people just buying NFTs and trading them on the marketplaces. So we still do that to this day. And there's always projects that catch our eyes. And there's other ones that are a little bit more in our kind of like private group chats and things like that. This is one that I remember when that kind of first puzzle came out. That TJ and Tommy were like just nonstop all day in the group chat that day. And I don't remember what was happening actually that day, but I hadn't got to see them, but I saw the notifications. So when I finally caught up and we were doing, I think we even met that night, TJ.
Yeah.
And we just like spent, I don't know, a couple hours on the website looking at like, just Tommy tries and clicks everything. He would go through like every page and just try and click on every little piece of anything. Like there's got to be more here. But like right from that first beginning, it was just like you said, you know, fun in the space, kind of showing this Web3 side.
It's beautiful, the passions that get to be poured into it. Aside from all the objectives that we set out to do as a company, another thing just on a personal level that it definitely translates into the work is that Miku just wants to create better art without confines, and it's definitely been able to do that. And that shows on the site. But Lev as well. Lev is our, you know, as you know, lead developer, but he also is big into Dungeons and Dragons. He LARPs as well and creating these immersive worlds. And hopefully in tangent with myself, who also just cherishes that so much, we're able to really create these, you know, really cool borders that kind of exceed what the expectation is, just because it's what you want to do. So.
Absolutely. I mean, you're even touching on like our little nostalgia side too. This is like what the era we grew up in, right? We were born early 90s. So this 80s arcade style stuff you see here and whatnot, like even the main screen makes you think of a little bit of Grand Theft Auto, Vice City a bit. So the colors and the car and everything. So I get that vibe when I see all of this going on. But everything, this website though, is just very in-depth, very thought out. He does a great job. So I'm assuming you're doing the minting in-house and he's the one going to be controlling all of that and setting that up too.
Yeah, actually, Bert, yeah.
No, he wants to mint in-house, but like I said, we only have one of him. And we have like a to-do list for that man that is a mile long. So we outsource where we can, but we're also very interested in forming partnerships with other projects and businesses in the Cardano ecosystem. It's always been one of our goals to help push the space forward, and
Absolutely.
joining hands with the projects next to us is one of the best ways to do that.
I couldn't agree more.
I just want to mention, because J Hub said, you know, he's born in the early 80s, you know, kind of on what you're saying as far as the theme goes, and almost like the atmosphere that even comes along with the videos on the website. You said Vice City too. It does. So I know that's the big tag on the Twitter, is that the chaos starts in the 80s. So the story and the lore here will begin kind of like it's a setting of the 80s. I don't know if it's meant to be Miami or California or something along those lines. It kind of has that like real neon vibe. As far as on the artist side, like the her monsters, can you kind of go into a little bit about where that idea came from?
Absolutely. Yeah, so initially what happened was, and how the archetype of Foxy came along is when the conflicts in Ukraine first had started taking place, there was some family that was personally afflicted from Miku's side, and initially it started off as him wanting to create possibly something to, maybe get some donations and fundraisers to go ahead and help in aiding what was taking place over there. And he created the archetype of who we see now as Foxy, the lovely lady before us. And as he was navigating the spaces, really, learning NFTs and things like that, we ended up meeting with each other. And from there, the horizon kind of got a little brighter, or there was more to be seen, in the sense that at that same time, or around that same time, there were things taking place in the US that we realized that the scope of what can actually be tackled when it comes to what we're doing was a lot grander than specifically one region. So with that, we realized that there were certain things that definitely needed to be highlighted when it came to the space. One of them being education and just aiding in those that might be in certain situations that could use it. And with that, we created a storyline that was around that. We created a world with the assets that we had around us, and decided that to tell in a little meta way, we're going to use our story to hit all our objectives in the beginning, plus much more. So that's how everything really got started.
Very cool. Where did the idea, and I'm jumping to a different topic now, where did the idea for the apartments come?
It was just one of our brain sessions. We sat there. There are many times, and Vern's been witness, that we'll sit there, we'll be talking with each other about things that can be implemented in the world, and then 2 days later, they're just there magically. They get poofed in. And apartments were one of those things. We knew that we wanted to create an ecosystem and a world beyond that, and just wondering exactly how we can utilize our assets so that everything provides value with each other. And with that, we realized that it was a no-brainer to make the apartments what they are today.
I think we were also riding pretty high from the priority mint, and we felt so supported by the community that we and especially the first 1,000 that signed the oath and really drove that priority minting experience forward. And I think the team really just felt strongly like we want to give back to the community. Like we were kind of pushing out the main mint so that we could concentrate on the apartments and getting that dropped, which was kind of a cool thing to watch, just go from a conversation to, oh, we're pushing this airdrop out in a couple of weeks.
No, that's very cool. I always love when projects do that. They're not ever asking for anything in return. They just want to kind of give back to the community. And projects, for the most part, the community, how strong they are, shows by just seeing how your floor is for these apartments, for seeing the Prio squad floor. So it just shows how strong your community and the community that you guys have built for these past months now. You guys have been doing this for almost a year, 9-10 months now, right? I mean, since last year, I saw you guys last summer, so it's been quite a while. So the journey has been great for you guys. You guys built a nice, strong community. And going back to the apartments, there's different amount of rooms for each apartment. So you've actually given utility in the future for these rooms or these apartments, correct?
I mean, that's the rarity, right, TJ? In case just some
Oh, the rarities, yeah.
Yeah, like how they're different as far as those go. There's actually different ranking to the apartments that were dropped.
So there's actually a few different layers of utility baked into the apartments. It's going to, if you've been following the project, you know that the apartments are going to be a staking opportunity.
Yes.
For people that don't hold prios. You'll be able to stake through an apartment. So that's one layer of utility. And then also those pieces of the metadata are going to influence how your Foxy does in the Fight Club. So it's one opportunity for us to, kind of influence the stats in that regard.
I love that. That's really cool. Very cool. And any plans for future mints outside of the main one coming up, or are you just kind of going with the flow right now with everything going on, trying to get through this first one?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go.
TJ's got him stunned. Already asking for leaks. We haven't got the first mint yet, TJ.
I'm just
Already
here with big
moving on to the next
plans.
one.
I want to hear. I want to know.
No, definitely. Like we said, we're building a whole world here, and with that, we're going to need more than just people in there. So definitely, there are some more mints to come. But as we said very early on, we're not a PFP project, so don't expect just that. There might be things that contribute to the bigger world and helping the people in our community. So
I know you're not a PFP project, but I know so many people are going to be rocking this thing as a PFP. It is so good. The side, I even like the side view shot of it. Everything is just amazing on it.
Oh man, I'm really excited for you guys to see the next season, because when Sev says we're not a PFP project, season 2 will literally. I don't want to spill too much alpha, but I do kind of
No,
want to
you
set
can.
it
No
up.
problem. Let it go.
Yeah, like
let it go.
Elle is actually on the bat phone right now trying to call in. She's the guardian of the alpha. But just remember this: when we get ready to roll out season 2, remember Sev saying we are not just a PFP project, because I'm really
Okay.
excited
Write that one
for
down.
some little quirks that are coming for season 2.
Fun to
Luckily,
pull that
this is
back up for
recorded.
sure.
Yeah, exactly. I'll go back and watch it.
I wanted to ask, just because you guys mentioned the utility, TJ and Bern, you were saying the utility of the airdrop of the apartments, and then you said there's staking kind of connected to it. It's something we've discussed on the show. It's been mentioned, but there's going to be some opportunities for holders to even kind of rent out parts of the apartment. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I guess just to break it down, so each apartment has each apartment's going to have different levels. There are apartments with 2 floors, 1 floor, 3 floors, and each of those will have a varying amount between, I believe, 2 and 5 bedrooms in each. If you are a landlord of an HM OG property, then you'll be able to rent out the rooms that you have in your apartment to the Triple N, which is the main monster militia, our main mint that's coming out on the 17th of this month. You'll be able to rent them out a room to which they will be able to hustle, accumulate their funds in the city, and then they'll have to pay you some rent
I love that.
after a certain period of time. So, yeah, and this is just us being able to really kind of start everything off, get the economy started, and really put the pieces into play for the bigger picture.
Do the landlords get to set the rent fee or the price for the people to rent it out?
Unfortunately, no.
Ah, damn it. Okay. I got a 4-bedroom. I want to rent out each.
I was gonna say we had a 2-story, don't we, TJ, in the
We
share
do.
wall?
Yeah, we do.
I thought so. Well, it's something like you said too, like you were trying to, like build something to give back to the community. It's something, airdrops we see from a lot of projects, but it's something that's nice when, like you said, you kind of pushed off the main mint to make sure that this was done correctly. That's what it's real nice to see as a community member when you can actually, have extra value to it, as opposed to just something like, oh, here's almost like a token that doesn't really do much. It was kind of just like for show, where this has both elements going. Like it's nice as far as the show goes, and it also has that extra utility where it's connected to the lore and everything's thought out and implemented well. It's something that we've been holding on to tightly. I know that.
How does the renting of the rooms actually work, the tech side? Like, so let's say I want to let Tom rent a room out, but the apartment's in my wallet, of course, and he has her Monsters Militia. How does he get to actually rent from my apartment? How does that actually work?
Well, definitely we're going to need Lav over here to get into the really nitty gritty.
For real.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't understand probably the nitty gritty side, though. I'm assuming it'll be something because it's built into the site. Not on. There's no Discord side of things, so I'm assuming it'll all be ran through the site as everything else has before this through there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything is actually going to be operating through the site, and what you do see on hermonsters.com right now is only a precursor of what's to come. Definitely one of our main focuses after the main mint will be making sure that this expands beyond just being Las Mujeres City in this world. This is just one city in one state, and we have 50 other ones, one of 3 countries that are playing into this bigger thing, each of them providing functionality. So when it comes to that, definitely a lot of expansion to come.
Well, it's something TJ's clicking through the site right now. I kind of like that. Like the buttons, they're where we kind of expect them, especially for like connecting wallets and things like that. We're used to on the Cardano side as being in the top right. But overall, like there's, it does say menu if you hover over it, but it's not kind of explicitly written. And a lot of the site kind of requires you to click through yourself and like discover and kind of go around. That's why like Tommy got obsessed with it, where he's just was going crazy as far as clicking on like every little piece of everything he could in the pictures, because he saw it as like, like everything's meant to be found here. There's like this place to explore and really like figure out things yourself. Which, I mean, TJ, you've just been showing that off. This is, can you go to the home page, TJ,
Yeah.
with the car driving? I was going to say, this is the one too that, we've been doing our collab sessions with Tommy at night, and we'll just hear this in the background. We'll just have this playing in the background from the start, even from when we first did that first challenge, which was, I don't remember her name, the one in the alley, because I always used to say she was Allie. That was a dumb joke I made, but she was just the girl in the alley with the baseball bat. For that first challenge, then you had to click on the duck. Was that the first one?
No, you had to click on the
horn,
wall. But then you go to the car and the horn, and then you got to click
the
duck 3 times and it says quack, quack, quack.
Oh, spoilers, TJ. You can't tell the whole
Come on, it's been out for months. If you haven't done it by now, it's on
you. This reminds me of many a discussion had in the Discord as new folks trickle in, and they're asking for guidance. Some people will just come right out and say, "Oh, you click here, you go over here, you do this," and others immediately are like, "Whoa, what are you doing, man? You're ruining the experience."
Tom definitely says that every time Tom and I are trying to work on something like that. We were doing this. Like, well, don't tell me. I want to see it myself.
This one was a little bit more difficult, though. They were pretty well hidden. Even when you'd find things, and it's like that seems so like it's right in front of you the whole time. But it's a lot of fun. It's really well done. This is what attracted us first. Was this during a live stream, TJ? I can't remember now. I was trying to actually go back and look it up. It was
probably
difficult to find. I couldn't remember if we had first heard about this and looked into it on one of our live streams like we're doing tonight. But I do remember the website was the first thing that really stuck out for us. And it's 100%. Something I'd say we've come to appreciate more, TJ, as we've, looked at new projects and then, kind of our first impression. The website as it was developed, where a lot of these puzzles kind of like maybe not thought out to the full extent, but kind of pre-planned as you developed and released kind of more information about the backstory, or did it kind of develop as the community developed along?
We don't have quite the flow we do in Spaces when I can watch you unmute. A little bit of both, but most of this starts out as something that gets tossed around in brainstorming sessions.
Okay.
What's been really cool about watching the project grow alongside the community is that the older we get and the more of a relationship we form with the community, the more they've started they've got a feel for the project. They know what we're about, so they can really like follow the trail, and they'll start dropping ideas that we're like, fuck, man, that's supposed to be a secret right now, but we're just gonna like smile and nod.
We can't comment on that, but please shut your mouth. Don't say that again. Yeah,
but they've shared some really good ideas, and we've started to really lean into them. One of the mini games that we've released, Zero Ducks Given, Lev got it to a certain point, and then wrangled in some help from the community to really put their feel on it, which has been really fun to watch people turn into little kids as they get to play with the thing that they thought of.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, that's one thing about the Cardano space in general, is that the community just always is very strong, and people are willing to work with you. Like they could just be a fan at first, then you could hire them on the team for, dev work or help you make a game. So that's why this community is just so great, that most of the projects are very open to listen to people from the community.
TJ, we got Juliana. We skipped over that. I apologize. We were talking about that music that Tommy likes. Is that something that was brought in from outside, or I mean, it's obviously something people enjoy quite a bit. I know you said some people you're going to ask for the MP3, I think, because they wanted to have it for themselves. So is that someone like a member of the community or the team?
No, that's actually a song that we purchased
Okay.
very early on. But after all the requests and all the comments on it, we definitely need to figure out how we're gonna implement that a little further, for sure.
You got to find that artist who made that.
We need a lot more where that came from.
Yeah. So I know your guys is with the apartments, you guys started the nominations yesterday, which that is another cool utility you guys are throwing in, trying to get more people involved with the project. How is that process going? How has, you know, people been receptive to nominating people? Are they most people nominating themselves, or are they actually nominating somebody else?
It's really interesting how that lifespan went. We actually did this nomination process once before, really early on, and that's when all the apartments had a 1-for-1 holder. So to claim your apartment, you had to go ahead and nominate somebody, and that's when we realized that everyone wanted to nominate themselves. Made it a little interesting when, you know, everything was distributed and people were no longer having that one-of-one vote. So it evolved into something a lot different, but it's still something that we're really grateful for, in the sense that it allowed the community. One of the main things that we really like focusing on is making sure that our community is a big part of the voice that we are all making, because they really are. At the end of the day, wouldn't be here without them. So we knew that we can choose a whole bunch of people for the project that we like, but giving the community the power to be like, hey, this person I think would really contribute to this. This person could, or in some cases, just deciding, hey, I'm the best choice for this project. I'm going to keep all the whitelists. You know, just
Honestly, I wasn't selfish the first go around. I did get nominate someone else, but this last time, yesterday, I did nominate myself. I'm not gonna lie. I put a different one of my wallets in there, so I was selfish this time.
Don't pick them. Don't pick them.
Like, as a holder, I understand, because I mean, I had some apartments, and I want to bring new blood in, but at the same time, it was really hard to step out of like my degen comfort zone. So I was like, I'm gonna mint all these.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I want more.
They're gonna be, you know, they're gonna go quick too. It's gonna be, you know, like it's gonna be gone. So if it's the mint is gonna be 4,444 the total for this one, right? For this drop. Yeah, it's gonna be fast. I think we're gonna be scrambling for sure.
So,
and then, well, I wanted to ask TJ for the nominations. This might be something we're supposed to figure out. I don't know. As far as this part goes, is there a way to see, like, from the first round, if your nomination was like accepted and you are on that list as one of the nominated people?
You mean on the first go around that we did?
The first go around, yeah.
We null and voided that.
Oh, okay.
So we're completely going clean slate with this one.
Understood.
Damn, I did not know that, honestly. Good to know.
Good
we were talking about that last night. We were talking about that because I know Tommy nominated Tom back in the day, and then I nominated someone else in our community, but now that's null and void. Never mind. Sorry, Wurs, if you're watching.
That's good to know.
Just to show, and for anybody that might want to pick up an apartment on secondary and nominate somebody, anything of that sort, you'd actually be able to check if an apartment was used for a nomination if you go on the Her Monster website and use that beeper on the side in your inventory. Just text whatever apartment number it is to the number 90210, and it'll let you know that it was either claimed or not.
There we go. All right, that's awesome.
I think I saw a screenshot that said text 90210. That said, you put my apartment number?
Yeah.
Yeah, type it out, TJ. I don't think you can paste on the website. That's true.
No. I'm not pasting. I'm just going to see what my apartment number is. That's cool. I saw someone screenshot that. I like that little feature. That was all Lev too, obviously, right? You set that up.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the beeper's been a fun toy to have for little tips and tricks for the community.
It's got to be an exciting time when people figure these out too, because I mean, everyone's kind of got to go crazy as far as the whisperings that go on, where some people must share like in private DMs with their friends and buddies in the community, but they kind of know, and other people still are trying to figure it out. You know, it's something we've even experienced amongst the three of us as we try to figure it out. Where I think Tommy got a little bit more secretive as he figured things out towards the second challenge and stuff. TJ wouldn't tell us at first as it was kind of developing out.
No,
There you
yeah,
go.
you don't want to tell us. Yeah, so apartment was used number. That's a really cool feature. I like the beeper. The beeper is a nice little nostalgic touch. I never personally got to own a beeper, but I know my brother, he's a little older than me. He had a whole box full of them growing up. So I remember seeing all these all the time.
Yeah,
So
so say my mom had one. I don't know about Boxful, but my mom definitely had a beeper
He
when I was
he used
younger.
to sell them.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. Sure.
The
I
beeper
think
plug.
before the website was even finished, 11 Miku were like, we need a beeper on the website, and we
No,
knew
I
it.
love that.
So,
I'm
yeah.
I wonder, I mean, you guys know this answer. Maybe you do, maybe you don't yet, because I don't know if they told you or not. The beeper is that going to be used then for the renting out the apartments? Like, okay, this person wants to rent out one of my rooms, one of 3 rooms. Or you're not allowed to share the information yet.
There's
No.
yeah, right, yeah. Okay, stay tuned.
So what we were saying about as far as nominations go, when this period does end,
J-Hub.
there we go. As far as like how it'll be announced, is it something that'll be like you'll be able to search for your address on the website, or is that going to be through the beeper as well to see if you were whitelisted, or is it just kind of going to be
Yeah, unfortunately, the beeper is already kind of being utilized right now. Maybe we need to talk a little bit. Maybe we could idea back. So just I'll use it. So how are we people to nominate?
I think your mic's kind of out a little
I
bit.
think you lost you a little bit there, Bern. Yeah, it was cutting out extra audio. Yeah.
Like it's out halfway through.
Sounds like Tommy's computer over there when he used to try to talk to us, remember?
I was gonna say it's pretty close. I think Sev, she's asking though about how the nominations will be displayed. I don't know if that's something you guys have shared yet or have rolled out.
How the nominations are being displayed.
When the final choices are done, or is it just everyone nominated will have that choice? Because I thought it was going to be a limited chosen
Nominations?
group.
No,
Yeah.
no. As long as your 1,000 is applicable to the thing. So as long as you made a nomination with it, then you're good to go.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I misunderstood that. That's great then. All right, there we
I
go.
think-
That's why you guys were confused last night, DJ. That makes
So-
more sense. Don't listen
yes.
to me. I've had a fever.
So I think that answers Triple Threat's question. Once you nominate someone that's just automatically good to go, their wallet address is already submitted there. Okay, very cool.
Understood. Okay, nice.
Yes, sir.
All right, a little better than I thought. I thought we are still kind of like up in the running for it.
No.
That's great.
You've been pledged. You've been nominated. Someone deemed you worthy. You're good to go. Yeah.
Question: what if the person you nominate, you get an argument, or you don't want to be selfish, and you want to denominate their wallet address? Can you change the addresses?
That process might get ugly because it's not just that simple. There might be a whole thing that's needed. So I don't know. I don't know if we can let that happen.
I was going to say, I'm sure it's not something you can share. I know the other big drop there, as far as on the Twitter, is I want to make sure the actual wording's correct. One of a kind experience as far as when the mint starts. So I'm sure we have something to look forward to there, as far as that goes. Because I can imagine then that whitelisting process is a little more in depth.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Actually, yes. Yeah, sounds
great now. Yeah, it's perfect.
The absolute definitive answer is no. Once you nominate somebody, Lev made it very clear that is it. There's no going back. So
okay, there you go, TJ.
You better mean it.
So sorry, I'm selfish, everybody, if I can't nominate anyone else now.
You gave that scenario about getting in a fight. I was like,
so you're arguing the friend.
Okay.
If you don't nominate anyone, do you automatically get the 2 mints?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Did not know that. So I didn't have to nominate my other wallet.
There you go, TJ. Making it more difficult for him.
I did. That's funny.
And then so that'll be the nominations will be 1,000 of the whitelist as far as the mint goes, and then the other portion will be made up of prior members, and then as far as the last 2,400 or 2,444.
No, so it's actually going that we have the 27 Club, which is our exclusive Illuminati of the world. If you know, you know. They are priority when it comes to it. They are allowed, I believe, 7 mint opportunities with their holdings. Our Prio members have 3 designated whitelists associated with theirs, and then the 2, one that was nominated or basically the apartment whitelist. So I think at the end we are left with around a little over 1,300
Oh,
per
okay.
public. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Because it's always different these days, with everyone how they kind of handle that side of things. Or is it going to be like pretty much only whitelist that are all going to be gone at the end? So I guess that's nice to hear where some people get a chance, kind of shoot their shot at it as well. If they can't kind of get those nominations, because I know they're tough to come by now. TJ's nominated himself over here.
Another
We
question
really
here.
tried to we really tried to make it accessible to everybody, no matter what tier. For the people that were really invested early, they got their chances to really be a part of it. To the
Yeah.
people that didn't, nominated and still to public, we're definitely trying to make sure it's open and available.
Only that though, too, you're kind of leaving it up to the community to add someone other than yourself. Sorry, I didn't get that memo. I messed up. But no, I like that you're giving them the chance to make that choice, not just you saying, here's your 2 whitelists, but you can give one away if you want to. I like that you're giving them the option, the choice to do that. Gloria said, will the nominated wallets be able to check if they have whitelists?
I mean, they will. If they're nominated, they're on there.
Yeah, so someone nominated you,
yeah.
hopefully they tell you type
Good
of
to
thing.
go. Mm-hmm. And as far as that goes, will there be just a time they connect to the site or anything? I don't know if that's kind of been fleshed out as far as when they can get locked in, or is it just they'll be good to go on mint day because you have their address?
Good to go on mint day.
Nice, that's great.
Yeah.
Are you guys are you guys feel like you're working harder as you get closer to the mint day? Are you kind of relaxing a little bit? What you guys feeling
I'm
about
sure they're
that?
taking all their time off right now. Hanging out.
Yeah, it's just been like sunshine and moonbeams and
Oh,
kittens.
nice.
We've
Easy.
all been hanging out around the cabana, just sipping Mai Tais.
Perfect.
Our dev and artist, the last time I saw them on camera, looked feral. Like they had not slept in days. We had to kind of remind them that they are human beings who need to eat and sleep, care for themselves. But I mean, as everybody knows, once you commit to a mint date, you don't really want to mess with that.
No.
So they are working really hard to get a lot done last minute. There's a lot of moving parts to this.
Sure.
The whole experience. There's a ton of art just for the experience itself. Lev the dev is working his little technological fingers to the bone, but Sev also is writing a lot for this upcoming experience. That really, like, at the end of the day, it's not what's getting minted, but it's going to really help set the stage for how the project moves forward.
No, I think you guys will do really well moving forward. Honestly, you guys have, like I said, thought everything out. You've taken your time. You've built a great community around you. I think you guys will do just fine, honestly, with how everything's going on. As far as the mint goes, if anyone doesn't know, is it going to be a 24-hour whitelist mint, or is there a certain window of time for the people who have the apartments in the Prio?
So that's the fun of the experience itself. This is going to be a multi-day, lore-driven narrative experience that we're all going to have to put all hands on deck. You guys were at the first Prioman party, so you know exactly how it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I think we were Charlie group, right, Tom? I forget which group we were in. I don't remember what's the name.
Oh, I wouldn't remember that now. Yeah, sure.
But no, that's cool. I like you're making a little experience with it. That's great.
Yeah. So it's going to be multi-day. We're going to have different slots open for different tiers. Just pay attention. Everything's going to be on the Twitter. If you're following there, you're going to be right up to date.
And plan on throwing in and helping, because because we're not going to be able to move on unless a certain amount of people are helping hit objectives.
Yeah.
So
okay, that's
interesting. Made it
interesting.
very clear we are holding nobody's hand through this.
It's definitely a collaborative team effort.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think you have problems getting people to show up, though. I mean, you can see it there in the title too. That's the your militia Is that something that, like, how did that kind of get developed as far as, a lot of this has been more on Twitter for your side of the kind of community?
How did it? I'm sorry.
The militia to come together as the militia, kind of your community that, the MMM.
Well, it's funny. The community, we don't even call that the militia. Like a lot of the community that you'll see out there, they're the mutineer disciples, and those are the people that you'll catch in the underground. But the militia themselves, it all makes sense after, well,
Okay.
when everything is said and done on the 21st, when everything is final. But we need a militia. I'll put it like that. Definitely
So
need it.
it's a multi-day event. Is that excluding the public part of it, or is this a multi-day event for the prio and apartment holders?
So it's going to be for the public, that will be designated to the end that they're going to be able to participate, but our holders, it's going to be designated for different type of people. So if you are an apartment holder, there's something for you. If you're a prio holder and 27 club member, there's going to be a mission for you. Everything is going to go in that sense of form. But there are also going to be missions where we're going to need the public, potential, newcomers, everyone to put hands on deck. So
I love that. Sounds like you're changing the minting game, and I'm all for it. Real quick, I want to bring on our other F35 or newlywed over here. Let's bring on the stream, Tommy.
Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, man?
Hello.
Yo, you're talking to the married man over here today.
Dang, look at that finger, dude. All right, we're matching.
You're somebody's husband.
Right?
Yeah, that's so weird.
I feel bad for her. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's that's a ding right there. No, what's going on, everybody? It's good to be here. It's weird listening in. I've been like packing up for
A little
the
bit
last,
late,
like,
Tommy.
40. Yeah, a little bit. I'm glad I made it at least.
Docking your pay.
Yeah. What's going on, guys? I'm glad to be here, and shout out to you guys, Seb and Bern. Thank you guys for jumping onto the stream tonight too. It's been good to kind of listen in from the like I said, an outsider's perspective, and kind of hearing about it, because we've been talking about you guys for a while now. So it's crazy that we're getting close enough to the point where we're getting close to mint date.
It's surreal for sure. And thank you for joining, man. I know a lot of things are going on behind the scenes, so congratulations with everything in the family.
Appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't miss it. I think this is my last stream here before we break for about 12 days before I'll be back. So happy to be here. I think I'm coming back actually on the 17th, which will be right when the mint goes live or starts.
Well, hearing this, you got to be back, get in on that for sure.
Yeah. It turns out
tell like, hey, we got to cut off a day early, get out of here.
I didn't realize, Tom, that my nomination for you last got null and voided. So I'm sorry.
I didn't know that either. We found that out today.
Yeah, we just
found that out.
Sure. Welcome.
Yeah. So I just said sorry words.
Well, we got a double dip then on our one wallet, so we'll just go ahead and we'll allocate that over. We'll make it work. Or we'll just not, we'll see what happens. No, but it's
what's the passphrase for that again?
I'm gonna come back and be just blocked from everything. But no, it's been cool to see. I love your guys' like how you stuck to the Twitter approach, right? Of not going with the Discord, but the community has embraced it, and you guys have kind of built it into the lore with the underground and kind of facilitated it. Like, do you guys think that if the community had not created the Discord, you guys would be where you're at today, or do you feel that was a huge advantage that the community did that for you guys?
1,000,000%. 100%. Definitely grateful to them.
He just left me on a cliffhanger.
And he's deep in thought too. Look at
that.
I'll jump in because this is a question that we get often, and we definitely wanted to stick to our guns. We wanted to try to really incorporate. Welcome back.
Hey.
Chain Lobby, the chat function of Chain Lobby into the website. Unfortunately, our schedules didn't really align.
Yeah.
And the community basically said, you will have a Discord. And here are the reasons why. And we said, we're not going to stop you if you make one. In fact, we will support you, because that's one of our top jobs as a project, is to support the community as they come along with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I absolutely don't think we'd be where we are today without the community stepping in and making that happen. And for that, truly grateful.
Yeah, Absolutely. Yeah. And Seb, yeah, I know we got cut off over there, but I think Byrne just wrapped that up pretty well. But I just wanted to say, yeah, big shout out to everybody who did do that, because I know I just joined. Sometimes you always like Twitter's a great spot for like visibility, right? And it's cool to get like your point across. And there's spaces are a huge thing over there, but sometimes like Discord, it really does capture that like intimacy, I think, and like that live reaction sometimes that people crave. So it was cool to see the community jump in and do that. And then what's even better for me as far as you guys as a project is that you embrace that and kind of built it into the lore and really and kind of took it to the next level. So I know there's a lot of projects, especially that came out during that summer last year, that were going with the no Discord approach that kind of fell flat because they did not keep up the communication. And Twitter, honestly, is just a hard way to continue to keep doing that compared to Discord. So just wanted to shout you guys out for that, because I agree. I'm glad that you guys ended up doing it, because I think it helped a lot too.
100%. Early on, it was definitely it was helpful just having everything on Twitter, just because there was a concise place where you can get all your information. Plus, it was exclusive to the people that really wanted to be there, and it kind of helped form the foundation that we have and we're able to build on in the beginning. But as you're expanding and growing, it's harder and harder to scroll down that feed. So yeah, definitely utilizing different platforms is good for growth.
It's just one of those things that Twitter's always been, it does its things well, but as far as fighting the algorithm, as when you want to kind of catch up on things, I know one thing that like I've been very busy in the new year. So even in our own Discord, I usually end up catching up after the day's over and just kind of reading back through, getting that chance to do that. Where on Twitter, you don't always have that option unless you have like a list of people that you check their actual Twitter every day and kind of go to. I know they've kind of got community features now, but that's just one thing that I think helps, at least for me, Discord on that side. We can kind of search through it a little easier and navigate the live chat.
Yeah. I think it's like the real time stuff too, especially when like you guys have a lot like the puzzle aspect of things too. When like you want to jump into the chat and like catch up, like, hey, how do you do this? Like you can get
or brag.
that or whatever you want to do. But I know it helps too. And then you can use that in tandem with Twitter Spaces and things like that. So it's a cool way to be able to do things. And I know you guys mentioned Chain Lobby as well. So that's I'm sure as those kind of platforms get online, maybe things can pivot a little bit. But like I said, it's good for right now.
You just made me think of a good question, Tom, because you said the Discord is good for like finding out information or helping out with the puzzles and stuff that they have going on. For the multi-day mint experience, are we not able to go on to the next day until it is the next day, even if we figured out everything we needed to during that day, or we can kind of.
That's how days work, TJ. Come
on.
What
I'm saying is like, can we blow
you gotta wait till the next day?
No. Can we blow past like all the puzzles if we can complete all of them? Like if
TJ was the one that was reading ahead in class, we're all reading out loud. He was like 2 pages ahead.
Yeah, 100%.
The teacher would call on him and he'd be way off. No idea where we were.
Chapters 9 through 12 are not till tomorrow, TJ. Yeah. So what my question is, like, are we able to go ahead like to the next day activity? So you have to wait till the next day.
I believe there are going to be a couple, maybe 1 or 2 instances where it's possible, depending on how fast it's done. But a majority of it likely will. Again, it'll make sense narratively.
Gotcha.
Why,
So essentially, it'll be locked, like an episode in a show or something. You can't go into the next episode until the next day happens, or the time change, essentially.
Or we might just need it. We might need to do something at night, so that it can be dark enough for us to do it. And with that,
okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys like what games or anything like this inspired a lot of the puzzles? Because I remember that the Prio Mint Day where we had all the Alpha, Bravo, Charlie teams. Everybody went down relay race kind of style. Like everybody had to complete their puzzles to get the next one and eventually get to the mint. Like what were some of the background and things that got you guys inspired to build those kind of things?
Well, first off, we we wanted to prove that we had something tangible to work with and we had the skills to provide it in context with everything. But we know that providing a AAA game isn't it. We don't have the funding for that, nor would we be able to execute that like a AAA vendor. So we decided to bring it back a little bit and, while starting at a base that we're manageable with moving forward and show the community that it's accessible. So definitely one of the influences, a crazy influence for myself personally. I'm a 90s baby, early 90s baby. So I grew up with Cartoon Network. I grew up with Nickelodeon.
100%.
I remember running home and going to play the Billy and Mandy games and Kids Next Door clicking games and things like that. And, remembering the joy with that, it kind of was like, okay, we can bring it back a little bit, create something of a world that, brings you to that feeling and still immersive things like that. So definitely those early 2000 mini clip type websites influenced much of this.
Nice.
And I mean, it's something you've shown too, whereas we see it from a lot of indie games now too, where it's not that the art is bad or less than, it's just maybe a more simplistic kind of interactivity within the game interface, and how you play can be just as much fun if the challenge part is there, or like the part that actually gets you engaged and coming back, as opposed you could have the best looking game, but if it's just really boring and you're not having any fun, or you don't feel challenged by it, it's just too easy, then you're probably not going to keep playing it or come back to it, or like kind of have that like itch where it's like, I need to get more into that, because I felt you get that sense of accomplishment too when you play those games that are a little bit more challenging.
Mhm.
And it's similar to kind of solving those puzzles, those old Flash games, and exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
And
Go. Sorry. No, go ahead.
no, I was going to say it provides conversation for newcomers that join in the underground. There are people that join every day asking, "Hey, what the hell is going on?" And we get to kind of form a community and tell them.
Yeah, I think Burn, for you, did you have, just throw that question to you too? Did you have any games? Were you a part of that process of building some of these mini games, these puzzles, and things like that as well? And if so, what was your kind of inspiration or things that you kind of drew to that got you to help build this?
I'm stoked on the mini games because I am an 80s baby. I was actually born the year that it is in Las Mujeres.
Okay.
So a lot of the like zero ducks given, I remember standing 6 inches from my TV with that gun.
A duck hunt?
Yeah, just
I played Duck Hunt. That was great.
I remember playing it at TJ's house on the
Yeah,
wall.
I had it.
Just had the big projector screen.
Yes,
Yep.
I remember playing Duck Hunt. I had that shit.
All of my friends were so much better at video games than I was. So Duck Hunter, I was like, watch this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go stand right up against the screen.
No skill whatsoever.
The hard thing about that is you take for granted like how hard some of those games were. They had like no filter back then, so you either like you got it or you did it, and there was no like resources to look it up. Whether like you had to wait for like a Nintendo Power magazine or something to come out to get like the cheat codes and stuff like that. There's no internet at that time, so I think we were in like that golden era of gaming where you were on hard mode all the time. So it's fun. I think you get a little bit more creative than nowadays, where if you just lose something, you just look it up right away.
Codes.
Well,
remember Game Sharks?
Game Sharks.
Are we gonna have a Game Shark within Her Monsters?
That'd be a good little throwback.
Skip ahead, a couple cheat codes.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, even Sev, like being a big part of like the lore and like the story. Like, remember when games came with actually a book or a story about the game, like all the inside information about the game you just bought. Now there's literally nothing when you open the box. Just maybe like,
it's not even a
3-month. Yeah, well, the disc is there, some of them, but you can get like a 3-month membership to Xbox or PlayStation, whatever the case is. There's no actual information about the game in there anymore.
Some of them are just empty now, TJ. They just have a sheet in there with like your code to redeem it to do your digital download.
It's like your warranty.
Yeah. Because there's nothing on the disc, so yeah, there's no need for it. Yeah, it's wild. I enjoyed that so much more. Like, as the whole kind of like the experience of going to the store, kind of getting to read through it and getting into the lore that way. Where almost like you've done now before the mint, where it's been almost a year of kind of like letting you build up and learn and get into it before you actually kind of jump all the way in as far as when you get into the game. And that kind of process was always something that worked great. I mean, when we were younger, so it really does bring that back.
100%. I think too, for you guys, like the investment factor. I know we saw it a little bit with Mallet Order when they got started. So they kind of had that buy-in with people, and you guys have taken that and kind of ran with it even longer, I think, than maybe they had at the time, because you guys have been, again, it's about summer of last year until now we're getting to the main mint. And I think you built a strong community behind that. You've got some really cool lore. The art has been insane, by the way. Your artist is amazing. Just the traits, the reflections, the different little just nuances inside of all of it. It really, like, the attention to detail is insane. And I think it's got, like I said, it's a game-changing type of look. It's not more of the same, if that makes any sense. And then again, the metadata, I know you guys are gonna go elaborate more into that as we get into the Fight Club and different things that how that's gonna work. I think that you guys have got something unique, and I think that's why a lot of eyes are focused on you guys, because it's not just one thing. You guys have done a bunch of different things, and you've done it very well to a high quality.
For not being a PFP project, it's a great PFP.
People they're amazing PFPs.
They're great PFPs.
The best PFP projects are the ones that are not intended to be like that, but people rock them, and to show the support.
Well, this one has so kind of much more. It's very distinct in the style of your artist too, as far as like even obviously like the ambience and like the color and everything that they're bringing from like that 80s vibe, but even just the actual line style and art itself is very different than a lot of the ones we see.
I look forward to every single week to sneak peeks. Every time you guys do a new thread, I'm like right there, ready to go, notifications on. Do we have any new ones upcoming here maybe to expect within the next week or two leading up to Mint?
Anyone on just like, pull up real fast right now?
Remember, I said earlier you can share your screen if you want.
Some drafts.
Expect one soon. We definitely just dropped one, I believe, Saturday, a new one, and we have a thread There's some alpha. We have a thread coming this week where we might put a little teaser. So
okay.
All right. Yeah, stay tuned for sure.
Hey,
This one, when I first saw it, it took me a little bit. I thought like my eyes just automatically kind of filled it in that she was wearing like a hoodie, and just like the front of her face was exposed, and then she had like the flame horns and the tail. And then as I like, because when I saw the fire at first, when I started looking into more of it, I was like, oh no, this is actually like shadows across her face. So it's kind of cool getting to like see into more of the detail as I like looked over, because there's so much to kind of take in as you go through it.
Yeah,
and you can see all the potential for the different traits too, and the different like accessories and things like that.
Especially for a 2D picture, though, the amount of detail with like the shine on the earring and everything, the shadows, the coloring, the layer, all that stuff. It's so good. So good.
We were just having this conversation earlier. Miku is just getting better every day. He's been, for the last year, he's been drawing every single day. And you can definitely tell the growth when with this artwork compared to when we first started. And I was going to say that we are just getting started, and that's the beauty of it. We've been in here for a year, we've been building, and we've done all that just to get to the point where we can actually really start and put our teeth into it. So really exciting for what's to come, and thank you guys for all the support.
Absolutely. Very excited for the Mint and been excited for you guys this whole time. Loved following your journey, love following all the puzzles you guys have created. I'm excited for all the puzzles you have to come, the Mint experience. I can't wait for it all, honestly.
I'm so excited. I had a moment of panic. I was sick this weekend and had a fever on Saturday night. And at one point, like woke up on the couch, was scrolling my phone and was reading like some of the stuff coming out with the nominations coming up, and thought that, because that was the 4th. Yeah, that was on Saturday. I thought that like I had slept through and was sick and missed like all the Mint stuff already, because I was just like waking up at the moment. Just like I missed it all. I knew I was supposed to do it today, and then finally caught up. I was like, oh, this is just a nomination. We can calm down on that. And but at first, yeah, we've been excited for this for quite a long time now. I mean, I really want to find where that was, TJ, when we first talked about it. Do you remember, Tommy, now that you're here, when we first discovered them?
Oh, her monsters.
Yeah, was that during a live stream?
I gotta say it was I Hate Pants.
I was gonna say it was during a live stream. Yeah, so I thought someone came in, we kind of just pulled the website up, and we're like, oh, this looks awesome. All right, yeah, we're on board already.
Yep, the legend of Las Mujeres over there was born over on our stream.
You're nailing those now too.
Yeah, Mujeres. Yeah, for sure. Well, we've talked about them long enough. I feel like I got him. It's my duty at this point to be able to pronounce it right. But no, yeah, like I said, it's been a long time coming, and it's crazy to see that. I'm so glad that we finally were able to get you guys onto the stream too. I know we've been talking about it for a while, and thank you guys too. I think it was maybe last week where we did the Twitter space, and you guys impromptu jumped in a little bit. We kind of had a little Q&A back and forth, and even Sev, I don't even know when it was, a while back, we got a chance to
back connect. In August. I was telling them, we chatted on the call there for a bit.
Yeah. It's really cool to see like how much work you guys have put into this. So many different things have come up even before the Mint, and I think that the fact that you got a good bought-in community right now, that goes a long way in the mentality I think that we're facing right now inside this space of like the Mint to flip aspect, right? Everybody buys it, it does their part just to get in, but I think, and then they dump it. But over here for you guys, you've built such a cool community. It's been such a long time, like that time investment. I think people kind of same thing to the Malador too. They don't necessarily want to get rid of that because they've got some like skin in the game essentially, or they've done some work, or they've built some more relationships, and it's not just an instant dump for them. So I think that it goes a long way when you guys cultivate a community the way you have. So I'm excited to see how you guys potentially break up a little bit of the stuff that's going on inside the space right now.
100%.
Yeah, well, we'll leave you guys with that. I think it's 10 o'clock over here, so sorry I jumped in a little bit later, but guys, thanks for handling that over there, and honored to have you guys onto the stream tonight. If there's anything else real quick before everybody gets going, what's the best way to connect with you guys? Twitter, you guys do a weekly thread, and I know you guys do spaces all the time. And then Discord would be another way to get in contact with you, right? At the Underground? potentially, maybe.
Yeah, I think the best way is to DM the project through Twitter.
Cool. Okay.
But if you're in the underground, I mean, my DMs are open. I think Sev's probably are. I know L's are.
Okay. Well, then, like I said, you guys are still wrapped with a little bit of mystery. I like it over there. So, great to have you guys onto the stream tonight. And then,
before you go, any alpha or anything you want to drop on the show tonight? Yeah, see what I can get. You know, anything.
TJ's pushing, man.
One more time.
No, don't. They're
We
closed
got
lips
some.
right now.
There may be a thread coming out this week.
I think we're waiting for the other to flinch, and
right? Yeah, that's it. I'm looking at Bird like you can do it if you want. I
thought I was gonna do it. I thought I was gonna do it.
has me terrified. If you want to, go ahead.
No, you guys. I really was just joking around. You don't have to, but if you want to tell me after stream, that's cool too.
Yeah, we're getting ready to roll out the experience, so all our cards are being held pretty close to our chest right now because you don't want details right now. Like you want to walk through it as we intended.
I mean, I guess whatever.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Sorry, you can't unwrap your present before Christmas.
There you go.
I was definitely that kid trying to peek everywhere for him.
Oh, fine. Oh, yeah. Oh, like parents ran the store real fast. Let's go like raid the entire house.
Yeah.
Climbing up the attic for the first time.
Man. Well, all right. Well, that's going to leave us there. I think we need to go. I think we did our nominations, but if everybody nominations end next weekend, right? A week from the 4th, which would be what, the 11th?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So we got until the 11th. And then after that, 17th, everything kind of kicks off from there, right? The whole event. All right. Looking forward to it then. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you jumping onto the stream, and I'm sure we'll be catching up here soon.
Thanks so much for having us.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Take it easy, guys.
Take care.
Yo.
What's up, married man?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Nothing much. Oh, you know what? I didn't put music on the entire time.
I was about to say it was a little quiet.
Well, as soon as they left, I noticed music was off though. I should have put it on.
There you go.
I was gonna say it early in, but I didn't want to ruin the flow.
Nah, you should have. It would have been a great conversation with that.
Oh, you could have vibed with the 80s music too in the background.
Damn, fuck that one up. Huh?
Missed that. Totally blew that one.
Missed the mark on that one. You know what it is? I was so like, I need to put a new mouse on for next week or even the podcast. My left click does the double click shit. So I didn't want to mess up anything I was clicking.
Yeah.
So I was so focused on like going live, making sure the countdown was working that I just lightly was pressing it.
Trust me, I got like all like the check marks over time because I've done like all of that, especially like the one being the one to press to go live right before you go. So I understand that completely because there's a lot of pressure like right before you do that. And once you go live, you just like check all of my phone. And I'm like, good. Are we? You know, is everything sounding okay?
I was telling Tom it's easier on Restream to click the shit on here than StreamYard is.
Yeah. I wish we got to find a way. I know there's a way to get some like custom music and stuff into here, so I'm sure we'll figure that out one day.
Did you take her last name?
Yep, dude. You already know.
And first name actually, Eddie. A little unconventional, but yeah, it's actually that's not what we go by anymore.
They swapped first names.
He goes by Tommy's wife now.
Yeah, I couldn't get her. She's actually sleeping.
That's her name, right? That's her first name, Tommy's wife. I thought.
Tommy's wife. Yeah, Tommy.
When you said that earlier, I would have been impressed if she was still awake because I know she goes to bed early. You said,
yeah,
especially because you guys be up early tomorrow.
We got 5:55 a.m. We got an Uber picking us up to go to the airport. So
yeah, but you don't go to bed early though.
I told her I might just pull it all night. Honestly, right now. Yeah,
might as well sleep on the plane. Was it like a 6-7 hour? Oh, what do you say, 15-hour flight?
Oh, it's 4. So we fly for like 3 hours and I hit a connecting flight, and then the connecting flight's 10 hours to.
You're sleeping on the plane.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to stay up late. I got all the majority of stuff packed right now. It's just like little things. I got to make sure I'm bringing my Surface because I got to mint Goofy Gophers next week. So I'm going to make sure all my wallets and everything are set up. And then your boy just won an Ordinals mint over from the Mallet order and the Ordinals thing, one of the 2 whitelists.
You won that whitelist, you piece of shit.
Well, someone else won it, and then they defaulted to me as the next because they're the one guy was like, it's too much money. It was like $1,600 or $1,500 to mint. But their offers are going for like $2,500 plus right now. for if you mint them, like the ones that have already been minted.
I entered that today. I kind of wanted
2,500 ADA or
2,500
USD?
USD.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
So I'm gonna go ahead and mint it. I think tomorrow it starts at like 2 o'clock, and they're gonna guide you through the process. So I got my Exodus wallet ready to go. I've been playing a lot around with ordinals actually, and I bought myself a wedding present this yesterday. TJ was live with me last night doing that.
I pressured you a little bit initially.
Yep.
You did this after I got off?
Yeah. TJ got me
I thought
going,
everyone was
but
getting off. I was pretty much, I was falling asleep at my desk sitting here. I was just
you
like,
were-
at
you were
one
also
point,
been sick too.
At one point, I just like was like sitting here and I kind of lift my head up. I'm like, I have no idea what Tommy and TJ are talking about anymore.
Yeah. What? Well, so I ended up buying a soul shard last night. And it looks like it ended up being a good move because look at that floor price.
It went up 880, yeah. I think you kind of set the trend too. Like you posted in the Discord, and then I think 2 more sold today. Yeah,
because I bought this one. I bought number 4, and then one sold for $39.90, and then another one for $44.59. So now you got the floor right now. There's only 8 listed out of 222, but there's not even 222 left because I believe there's only like 50 something left to burn. Right now.
You didn't burn this one, obviously.
I haven't burned it yet. Everybody, so that's the scary part is that everybody's kind of holding out right now for the Negaduck.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody's kind of like playing like chicken with each other. Like, all right, who's gonna go?
It's like that Dead Pixel mint you talked about that one time, where you could see kind of like not see, but you knew one was going to be coming up soon, so everyone was kind of waiting for that. They didn't want to pull that trigger.
Well, I don't know why you guys are doing that because it's the raffle wheel. They spin the wheel, so it's completely randomized. I mean, I know you're trying to lower your chances of getting it and making it easier.
Yeah,
I still think you could pull it next.
Yeah, well,
that's what I hope happens. I hope someone just, people are just caving, like, fuck it, I'm done waiting. They do and just nail it when everyone else is sitting around.
That's kind of where I'm at with this right now. It's like I feel like I want to do this. So these are the remaining mallards right now that are open on the screen. So obviously you've got Negaduck up here, like everybody wants him. But if I was like to look right now, I'm like, all right, if I went, like, would I be upset if I just, I pulled? I think somebody actually just pulled this one as well, so that one's off the table.
That one's real nice. I like that one a lot.
We
gotta be close. We gotta be careful with how we say Negaduck.
Yeah, that's definitely not that's a close. I
can't believe they got away with that. I mean, I don't know. It seems kind of close to me. Yeah.
Hey, dude. Stream problems. But dude,
that one too. Yeah, that one's sick. I like the gold one that's still available. It's not on the screen now. We were talking last night, Tom. We were going through these. The ones that we actually really like.
That one's sick. Right there.
I like that one a lot.
Super clean.
And I was saying I do like that, like the emo haircut with the slime bill. That one's pretty cool too.
I am very big fan of the fire crown down here. The slime with the lava, the little devil royal. That's like got all kinds of like very high traits. Or the rocket ship one would be dope. You've got another robot here with the pharaoh thing.
I didn't notice that one. Yeah, that one's cool too.
There's potentially a lot of like really cool ones. Even that one right there, all gold. I like these backgrounds here too.
Well, that's what I was telling you, or the clean white one with the X eyes. I don't know about the X eyes now. I love those ones. Yeah. But like you got to figure out like how many are left that you truly like.
Yeah.
That you would actually be okay with getting, because then that increased your percentage too.
Yeah. I think like, if I got this right here, I'd kind of be upset. I'm just saying.
He has kind of a mixed match though, like which is like the blue like V-neck, and then I really like the E-Shift one quite a bit with the I'm a big fan actually of this one too. Like I know TJ hates the fire flames like things, but the skeleton I'm a big fan of. It reminds me of like the Night King or something.
A lot, yeah. That is cool. That's a dope.
You said it looks like he just has his shoulders on fire, right, TJ?
Yeah. Wings. Something like that, right? The third eye duck right here too with a little toga and the laser eyes. That'd be.
You love the laser eyes. I mean, obviously, it's pretty cool, but I know that's a big one for you. I do like the one with the Raiden hat on it.
Yeah,
all right, Curly, have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging out.
Take it easy over there. Arena, I'm in the same boat right here. I burned my shard as soon as I don't change my mind. I'm on the fence right now. Like I have the shard. I'm just kind of seeing what it does. But honestly, I think the value is in the ordinals, only for the fact that their inscription numbers are very low. There's like in 100,000s still, in which I think the inscriptions are getting up there. And on top of that, who knows what kind of value they're going to bring into this. I know Demos already said they've got some potential partnerships and stuff that they're lined up with. They've already got whitelist spots they've been talking with from other projects with these ordinals. So, and they're, as the space evolves.
Not only that though, too, we have the first ordinals giveaway for holding the ordinals today. Just like holding the letter, they're giving some even more utility for having that.
it's going to be, and there's an airdrop happening too, for anybody who does have the ordinals. So I don't know, there's a lot of stuff out there. But I wanted to bring this up over there for ordinals, because like I know they're a big thing right now. Let me see if I can pull it on my other screen, because I actually have it up and I wanted to show you guys, because this is a little surprise it did for us yesterday. So
who did for who?
So this is my ordinal wallet right here, right?
Oh, you got that. Nice.
I inscribed F35 last night. So this is like,
you're gonna do that too.
So I'm surprised it wasn't taken, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's just essentially like your ADA handle over there on Bitcoin right now. They're still in like early stages of it. So, but the dot sats right now are kind of like the dot, the ADA handle, as essentially, or the dot ETH, whatever you want to call it.
Our numbers going right now too.
Our number, numbers. The whole 10,000 are 0 to 10,000 is already gone.
Damn, really?
Yep, 0 to 10,000 is already gone. People,
anyone in the chat, want to make some easy money, probably like 500 ADA, just go buy Logan Paul and Jake Paul right now. I'm sure you can sell one to Tommy.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Hey, it's only, what the crazy part is, it's only $6 right now to mint one of these things.
Really?
Yep. So, and you can also, there's this website, ordlist.com/sats. Will actually tell you if like any of this stuff is here. Like, so if you wanted to like check on like, I don't know, any of these things, like just call like Freedom or whatever, I could double check this, and then boom, it would tell you if there's any sats names. So looks like not yet. So do what you want with that information.
People are going to the short ones early. They know they're not about getting the name.
So I tried to get Tommy yesterday, and Tommy was definitely taken.
They don't charge per character. It's just flat.
No, it's just a flat. It's just a flat rate right now. So they're knocking it out.
Deal. That is a steal.
But if you did, like, I was looking for 35, obviously. So it also brings up all the ones that are like, there are some duplicates. So you got to be careful. So that's why I would use this website to double check that there aren't like duplicates of certain ones.
Well, what am I looking at here? What are all those?
Like you're looking at the inscription number right here. This is the number.
Oh, every inscription
and
has
the name of your stat right now. So this says like 35 and so you can see all the different ones that have that. But and then I don't know what all that is. That's a lot of stuff. But this is all just getting going. I think we'll be talking about this for a while, but I did want to shout that out yesterday. That F35.sats is official over in the ordinals.
Love it.
So yeah, we'll see how this evolves. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with my soul shard. I may burn it tonight before we go. I may hold on to it. The problem is that the more rare ones that stay out of that group, the more I think the value of these things shoot up, because you got that chance at Negaduck. You've got a chance at some of those really rare ones that are going to be really cool.
I was going to ask, so the Negaduck one, that's obviously the one everyone's going for, just like the popularity. Yeah. But I mean, as far as actual looks go, is that the one, like, it's, I think, going to be the one that has one of the like more guaranteed higher value ones on the list? Not to say that they're not all going to be, maybe worth something. There's going to be some other good ones. But as far as looks go, is that the one you choose as well that you want to get, or?
I would say I would want Negaduck. I think that's like the
for the looks as well.
Yeah, I actually do enjoy it. I like it because it's such a different.
I was just curious.
Yeah, I would obviously want that. I've said, if I had another second choice, I think my second choice lies somewhere over here, either this flame crown one over here, or this Aztec one. I really do like the Aztec headpiece over there. So we'll see. I have no idea. I don't know if I'm going to make the call yet, or I wouldn't be mind either one of these two. So we'll see if I can manifest maybe some TJ energy going on.
TJ, you got a good duck too, though. I don't know what you're talking about. I got.
Oh no, I'm not saying my duck was bad. I'm just saying like you got the one you wanted, kind of thing.
Oh yeah. You're trying to manifest it. I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens over here. But it's like a game. It's a game of chicken right now over in the Mauer Discord.
Live burn. Res?
No, it takes a minute to do it. I gotta team up. You gotta open the ticket, then send your stuff over, and then they roll a little wheel. But you'll know if I did it or not. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you updated. I know we weren't planning on going very long tonight for anything, so I don't know if there was anything else we wanted to really jump into. But
TJ, you were trying to figure out that topic last night. Did you ever come back around on that while we were going over? I was not very much help in that regard. I had taken quite a bit of cold medicine to try and finally go to. It was one of those things where I was like, my whole body was exhausted, but I was so uncomfortable, like I couldn't get any good sleep. I was just kind of like lay in bed, just like, this sucks.
I don't remember again. I thought I figured it out, and then I forgot now.
Do you remember what that was, Tommy?
I remember
we had something we definitely wanted to discuss there, and we're like, let's save that for the live stream. Get a little deeper. It was a project, a whitelist we wanted to look.
There's a
we didn't know quite a lot about, so we weren't sure about talking about it on the podcast. 'Cause normally we share more of like kind of our experience with what we're doing with the projects, whereas on here we like to kind of go deeper into the actual technical side.
I truly don't remember.
I don't either, to be honest.
It's one of those ones that'll come back then.
I'll probably remember when we end it.
You didn't write it down on the sheet like earlier or anything?
I didn't actually. I should have wrote on the sheet for this week.
Man.
I thought it was going to come to me since we said we're going to push it to Monday because I wanted to talk about it last week. Yeah, we'll save it for Monday.
Yeah, real quick over there, just throwing this out here. I saw this today. This is nice to bring up over here. Old money, the mint experience plan I've devised for Trixon's MX bills is longer than the MF or token documentation, which that was the 69-page document.
Yeah, I remember.
The doodler surely won't read it, but at least I have the blueprint for maximum fuckery on lock.
Damn.
So whatever Hoodro's got cooking right now with these MX bills, I feel like, yeah, you let them cook in the back right now. And I feel like this little preview right here, it's like that little pig nose on this. Like, I'm really excited to see what these look like even more. I know we've gotten some previews, but oh man, they always do such a good job.
Well, I got a lot of exciting parts of Spiders coming out that we've been following for quite a while.
Oh, I know.
Going on.
It's like I said, we go through the cycles. We've talked about this a bunch. Like last year, it was like the summertime for a lot of projects, or even like 6 months into like that March to summertime is where like your big projects started to kind of really get their first iterations of what they wanted out. And now I think we're hitting like the second phase of that, where these projects are like a year into what they're doing, and they're getting a chance to really start to build. So there's gonna be some cool stuff that pops up from big projects, and the fact that these guys are still building and are still here and they're innovating. Those are the projects that you want to have like at least some exposure to, I feel like, because they're the ones that can prove that they can make it through these tough times. And if stuff really does start to take off again and we start moving in the right direction, you've already got the community, you've got a solid base behind them, and then the people are going to want to come into something that's established sometimes. So I mean,
that right direction step takes that step in the right direction. I said that backwards. It can happen that fast too. I mean, we've seen it now with a few projects where that they've held steady. They've had that kind of that like higher mid-range floor. It was never super low, or even ones that were sometimes a little bit lower that we've seen, kind of like with Space Otters at times. And what was the other one you're in? Tavern Squad, Tommy. And it takes kind of that one drop, that one piece of news, that one part of the whitelist, and then something a little bit behind to show it, or that one announcement, and then some of these just kind of explode where it's like missed just like that. So it's definitely worth looking at these projects that have been around, holding steady and continue to develop and stay communicating with their community. They're always definitely worth taking a look at. 100%.
So I'm not going to go too far into this, but I'm seeing some of the previews over here from Trix, and it's just like, what do they got going on? I'm really cool. Looking forward to it.
Well, I think even for the three of us, we're excited to actually mint a bill, not buy on secondary this time. That's going to be fun for us to actually experience that.
100%. I'm very much looking forward to because we missed out on it first time around, right?
We by the time I got in, they were on, I think, the first inflation. No, it might have been the second inflation times. It wasn't any more than that. Because I remember going on and we became fans of the project. And that was one that I got into purely on the art before I was able to join the Discord, before I knew what the kind of even the atmosphere was like and how much fun they were having. It was just on the art alone by itself. Yeah. And we saw they were having a drop, but it was actually inflation times. And also, me and Muns got cucked out of it hard. We could not get through their capture system and stuff. We were trying to rush, trying to get in early, all the early little tricks that maybe their website's bullshit. We'll just keep trying it over and over again. And then sure enough, we had some, I don't know, trigonometry problem we had to solve or something. And there was no fucking fans.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know, man. They're never leave it up to them, because I think the mint experience that they're talking about, right? We saw it with the last mint that they had for the Wenboy, where they had the little whole system built out, the little knobs and buttons and all the different things you had to do. I heard they did a Twitter space this past, I don't know if it was Friday or whatever day it was. Maybe it was Thursday or something like that, because I was listening in. They were on Shark Tank with Crypto Heaps.
Yes, I listened to that a little bit too.
And they were talking about how, what if you had this whole game and this experience and all these things in the background, or on the front end, that you were doing and experiencing with all the legwork of minting in the background, where it wasn't just send it to an address, receive NFT. And they were talking about how they wanted to build and change the experience. So that's what they're looking to do for the MX. So I don't think it's going to be your traditional, all right, log in, connect your wallet, and press the mint button. There's going to be some interactability with this one. So
I don't know how much of that did you get to hear we did with her monsters, where they were talking about some of that too. They're just talking about the experience. They're making, not just the mint's not just kind of like a functional thing, like, hey, mint day, all right, does it work? Like, here, click these buttons, you get your thing. Where they're actually really building it into the lore and their announcement to kind of add that much more, that extra layer. You know what I mean? Beyond just clicking a button like you're talking about.
Yeah, that to me, like, because I mean, I don't put it past them, right? Like their whole prior experience where they had like the relay race where it took all these different puzzles just to get the mint to even open, and they're doing something similar. Like they've already hinted at how they're going to be doing an event like that as well, leading up to the mint to the public. Yeah, no, I wouldn't put it past Old Money, obviously, to do the same. These guys are very innovative, and I think that's, like I said, there's a mix of like, that's why I like her monsters, why we like Mail Order, why we like these, like Old Money. It's just like these fun, different ways to change the game a little bit.
Well, there's thought behind it too, right? Like people would really put effort into what they're putting out, not just like the picture itself or the utility they're giving you. It's the extras, the website, the minting experience, the lore, just the engagement of building a big community or a strong community. It's just that the extra bit that really helps drive a project forward.
100%. And I don't know if you guys got a chance to see it, but how hilarious was this? Do you know why he's Richard Born Again, Trixon? Over here, do you see the other day where he mentioned something about the whole passports thing, like how like Ape Society was like how they were like kind of like not that they were doing a passport, but that they were like going into like early like in New York. He's like, it was a little too close, hit a little too close to home, and he put a little tweet out about it. And then he's like, I've sinned, because he's like, I've flooded, therefore I've sinned. And he was like, now he's born again. God, I forgot to go back to the tweet. I have to find it. But it was hilarious. Yeah, he goes, I have flooded, therefore I have sinned. As a consequence of show great modesty, I shall retire from my functions as doodler-in-chief of Old Money and seek redemption in a Sicilian monastery ran by ex-capos for possessive winos. Amen. Amen.
Possessive winos, amen.
Oh, shout out to Trixon, dude, for always having fun, even when
creativity at its finest. I love it.
The other one, which I know I don't want to, we don't have to get into like super much on it. This was Keyboard Warriors. They did just drop a big like new graphic update. I know we haven't talked about them in a while, but they've got a lot going on. They dropped this phase 2 though for like their written roadmap here, and they've got a lot of interesting stuff built into this. Which one of the big things that's coming up here is they're going to have their second quick mint. It'll be their playable avatars for the quick first.
Oh, that's cool.
They're going to be customizable, unique, and a guaranteed eligibility for the mint. You're going to need to hold 2 quick NFTs in order to mint one avatar. So, or if you have one of the 1-to-1s, it's 1-to-1. 1-to-1s to 1-to-1. But yeah, 2 OGs will get you a playable avatar, 6,000 of them. 1-to-1s.
That's dope. I didn't do this.
Yes, they just dropped this, I think, on the 28th over here. So it was a couple days ago, like about a week. And then they've got a lot of different things. They got this little quick mart, like loot crate thing that's going on right now on the 29th of April, that all quick holders are invited to come to Jesserai's Gallery in Melbourne, Australia. And it gives you like entry, drinks, like access to the VIP lounge. So if you guys are out in Australia and you're a quick holder, definitely check that out.
Drive right over. Sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then they're also talked that they're going to be minting a quick token over there on the blockchain, where they'll be detailing out how that's going to be used and distributed with the tokenomics as well. So OG Quick are going to be able to stake for it. The 1-on-1s will be able to earn staking rewards, and then they kind of multiply from there. So the playable avatars paired with either an OG or a 1-of-1 will act as a quick staking reward multiplier. So going to need an OG in order to stake to earn the quick token as well. So there's going to be some cool, interesting stuff, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I like that the Quickie Mart was such a cool way to go ahead and theme that with that name. So they're going to have that as well, like this integration of customizable playable avatars and in-game merchandise store, Quickie Mart, where players can get in their in-game wearables. For more info coming soon. So, Dan mentioned that they'll be at CNFT this year. So if you guys want to meet the Quick team, they're going to be there.
I think, yeah, their booth experience this year, or the people that are going to their booth, is going to be way bigger than last year, because us included, we're going to go want to meet them in person, because we didn't even go check out the booth this past year. We're idiots.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why we missed that. That was just Shiny.
To be fair, though, Trey did say they were there. We just overwhelmed with how much stuff and how many people were there, so we didn't get a chance to actually really look at everything that was going on there and what's going on.
Dude, Shiny, you going over there? I feel like if you're down in Australia, you gotta get out there. You're the ones recommending this to us in the first place. So if you do, let us know, because we'd love to see live vicariously through you.
100%. And
then they did say that their internet cafe is opening as well here soon, with multiplayer mode being integrated. You and your friends will be able to explore the Quick Verse together. So that'd be pretty cool.
Real quick.
Quick. real quick.
Oh, speaking of this week, real quick before you go, when is Flipper dropping, bro? Goofy Gopher is supposed to be happening, and Flipper's is it not dropped yet?
Googly? I just type in Google them.
That
thing. It's shout out Patrick Pat, dude. No. Hey, by the way, guys, if you did not register and you have a whitelist from us, or just in general, they gave you an additional 24 hours, 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on the 3/7. Go in there and register your wallet for the deadline. It's going to close there in less than 24 hours now. So hurry up, do that. Make sure you're registered. Don't be the one. Don't pull an NFT Ryan and miss out on Mint because you guys have a whitelist.
What a call out.
Dude, NFT Ryan, and they're down at Disney right now. I feel bad. We're not there to hang out. 21 is gonna, that's there you go. That is some Nafafa right there.
That is some Nafafa, yeah.
That's some fun advice. But I will be minting. I'm bringing the laptop with me. I got the Surface coming with me. Making sure tonight I got all my wallets on deck too, so I can mint. I'm buying Wi-Fi for the plane tomorrow to do this Bitcoin Ordals mint. That's like the most degen move ever.
And $94 for Wi-Fi.
Oh, it's worth it. For a 10-hour flight, I'll pay more than that if I needed to.
Where do you fly?
It depends on how good it is. Sometimes the Wi-Fi's dog.
Depends,
and just like I pay for this.
$94 is ridiculous. I think we paid.
I don't know how much it costs. I just made.
The last time I did, it's like usually like $10, $10, $15.
Yeah, it's like 15 or 20 bucks.
Yeah,
for 10 hours. Hell yeah, get you out all day.
But yeah, TJ, you're right. The main sale is coming up March 11th. And then they have the whitelisters that have 24-hour mint prior to that, which is the 10th, I believe. So $130 USD in ADA.
Oh shit! So we get the mint the 10th then. Let's go.
I'm assuming you're gonna have to connect to the. Oh no, they did mention in Discord that you're not gonna have direct connect. You're not gonna have to direct connect. Although the other method hasn't been tested as much. They said. I think over in the announcements about the whitelist. I can go back to the announcements because they did say that you may be able to mint on mobile. Hardware and mobile minting will be available by sending ADA to an address QR code, but it is not recommended as it has not been tested as extensively. So you can take the gamble.
I'll just make sure I can mint it. I got 24 hours to do it, so I'll just make sure I'm on my computer.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but definitely this is going to be a huge one right now. So I'm excited for this.
Absolutely. I can't wait for that. That's going to be for sure a hold for me.
Yeah.
Like, we get 2 for the whitelist, right?
Correct. Yeah, you get 2. Good old Goofy Ghosts. And then I know their Twitter got hacked, or not Twitter, their Discord
yesterday, yeah.
So that was kind of crazy to come back to. So hopefully everybody, I know people got lost some roles and stuff like that. So hopefully they got a lot of that sorted out. I know they got back in control of it. So
I was like dead yesterday trying to follow that. Like it just anything in general yesterday. I was so tired.
Yeah, no, I know 100%. The whole part of like when you see the Discords, like when it's too good to be true, especially on a Cardano project and they're telling you to mint an ETH, that's like red flag number 1.
Yeah.
None of them are. Yeah, like that should just be like, yo, don't FOMO into that. But there's a reason where nobody would ever just drop a surprise mint on you. So I know people are newer maybe get hit by that, but if you're not in the space, man, just take a second to breathe.
Well, it throws it off too, though. I will say when the project lead or one of the co-founders is the one that's coming from the announcement, like their username. So that is difficult for new people or new users to the space to differentiate. Like, okay, maybe I shouldn't click on that, but I can't tell because he's the project founder and then he's posting that.
Yeah.
So it's always hard when you're new like that.
Yeah. And then, shout out to J-Ho over there. That's awesome. Proposed to his wife on the island of Maui.
And congrats to getting your truck out of the snow. I saw that vid. Congrats on that.
That is wild, dude. I don't know how it's like snowing like that. I guess in California of all places too. I forget how like long California is, how north it goes. But yeah, no, dude, shout out to you. Maui's where I'm headed as well. So that's an awesome little fun fact. Goat Tribe DNA Research Center. I don't know anything about it. Do they have something coming out?
I don't know.
I remember they did the Goshen mint not long ago. Yeah, they did. Oh, they did. They excited to reveal our collaboration with Dirtbirds and the rest of the accord. So they got a Dirtbird collab going on too.
That was over a month ago too.
Yeah, we totally slacking on that, huh?
Eesh.
Launching February 14th. We're I don't know. For those who may not know, in August we distributed 9,000 TNA kits, which are available in 3 different rarities. The Gosha or whatever. So I don't know. What is there something new happening with this? Because it looks like it's a little bit older now.
I don't know. I'm trying to look now. I think it is just older news that we have not talked about yet.
Oh, so they've got like their goats that are like getting like mutated now? Is that what's happening? It looks like they're getting mutated.
Oh, okay. DNA Mint is live. That's what it is.
I got you. Okay, yeah. So they're all getting like colorful. That's pretty cool. I'm wondering like, oh, the dirt. I'm wondering how like some of the derp traits get integrated into this, or if they're just partnered up with them. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't get to ask because I don't know. I didn't look into it too much. I don't know who the minting service is for, or that your monster is using.
I don't know.
That's that.
I don't know if they shared that.
They didn't. They didn't share it, like disclose it like outright. But I should have asked that question.
Yeah,
because I don't know honestly. They might have said it in Spaces and maybe in their Discord. I should have to look through it.
So interesting over there. I'm so out of touch with Go Tribe, what they've been doing. It's cool. I like some of these traits though. These traits, that's pretty wild.
They're always a strong community though. I will say that for Go Tribe. I remember I always see them on Twitter.
Bro, they were one of the original ones that were like super popping like back in the day. I like this though. You can tell like they're definitely like some of the derp like tech. It looks like
very, very.
Or maybe it isn't. Maybe it could be the Secret Goat Society. I don't know. Because I know they had that as well. I don't know.
Got a secret.
All right. Well, we'll have to go back. That's for another time right there.
Shh. Don't tell.
Mutants has news coming this month and had a small announcement the other day. Yo, Rez is our resident mutant news operator. Rez, I really want your PFP, dude. You ever gonna sell that thing? Holding that thing forever.
I'm sure you sell for the right price, Tommy. Did you just come into
you can't sell that, dude.
Maybe a trade?
Nah.
Now who doesn't want to sell?
I think they did mint. I know they mint in 2021 Shining. I don't remember what month it was though. I know they were one of the OGs.
Go Tribe. I remember. I don't know if I've been to the Go Tribe. No, I definitely didn't mint one, but I bought one.
You did. I remember you did buy one.
And I had a Gosha. I don't know. I think I sold that though. Ooh. Goats are unruggable. You'll have to drag them away. That's true. One day.
I don't know why it made me laugh earlier. I laughed to myself when Osai said, because I hate pants, said something to him. He goes, "Hey, you pantless." I don't know why this made me laugh.
What do you say?
Hey, you pantless.
Oh man, dude, I don't know how Tom's you're awake right now. How you feeling, dude?
Sleeping.
Sleepy.
Lay down, take some medicine.
Dude, I don't know, man. Tom got rugged this weekend.
Yeah, got the COVID. I think it was from Tuesday. I don't know. Actually, I really don't know. Who knows? Third time though. Perfect timing. I'm just glad. I mean,
3 times? How?
Not that I'd want to like miss any of it, but if I had to miss something, you know, I mean, like if it was the other way around, it would have also sucked. I'm glad I was able to make the bachelor party.
Yeah.
But, definitely looked like it was a good time. I didn't realize part of it was outdoors too, Tommy.
The ceremony. The ceremony
Yeah.
was. It was all like one like big like venue like that. They had like an overhang and then the inside of the barn. So it was all in like one spot. But yeah, it was cool area.
Prior to the ceremony, it was very warm. The ceremony wasn't bad. It was quick.
The suite was definitely that way. But it was cool. It was a good time. Like I said, we miss you over there, but rather you obviously feel better and not get COVID to everybody.
I was gonna say, couldn't be responsible for pass along like, hey, thanks for coming to the wedding, Tom, but also we're extremely sick on our way to our honeymoon, so you know what I mean, we're gonna probably have to
we're just trapped in with a 2-week quarantine period right now.
Exactly.
Shit, that sucked. That'd
be awesome.
That's what I'm saying. I was just like, that's when I was just like, like if you know, I obviously wouldn't want to come to a wedding like with the flu or anything either. You don't want to get anyone sick anytime, but that was like one where it was just like with those kind of restrictions and things like that, it's like this is can't make this work.
All right. Well, unless you guys got anything else, I got to get back to packing, dude. I got to get some wallets and my computer set up for tomorrow because it's gonna be a long 10 days over here. Just doing a lot of different things, but also gonna be disconnected from this, so it's gonna be crazy. I don't
No,
know.
you're not. When she goes to sleep, you're gonna be on your phone, bro. Don't tell me that. I know you.
Fair enough. You might catch me even a little more active on those end nights.
Well, yeah, you might be the filler for the night shift for us because you're gonna be awake and we'll be sleeping.
That's true. I'm 5-hour difference too.
Yeah, so you'll be awake like talking with Wunge and Shiny all night.
True. Me and Wunge are gonna wake up at the same time, or I'm going to bed when he's waking up, kind of thing.
Something like that.
Damn, to the cut risk, because calling his ass out. Shiny says, "Stop licking door handles, Tom."
They're just so enticing. They're so salty.
I know.
That's disgusting. That is so gross.
Yikes. Oh man, I'm exhausted, dude. I'll tell you what, dancing and when you get older, man, my knees, my feet are just on fire right now. It's like I just played like a full soccer game again.
Yeah, I was telling that to my wife yesterday. I was like, I feel like I just was in a fight or something, dancing and shit, drinking, dancing. It wasn't fun. Trying to watch 2 kids yesterday. Oh, rough. I was like a zombie all day.
I was getting the night off though, because there was like no kids at the wedding, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, that was fun. Don't get me wrong, but like the next day when I'm still half asleep and slightly hungover in the morning time, that was not the fun part.
TJ was ripping.
Imagine a lot of old fashions drank that night as well.
I didn't drink any old fashions. I just slammed a bunch of IPAs though.
I had a few, but there was just like so much going on. I didn't get a chance to really do like a lot of. I didn't like drink much. It was just like so many different things happening. We were on a dance. I was on a dance floor the entire night.
Cater, right?
Burger King cater. No,
yeah, you guys got Impossible Whoppers.
Charlie had some fire food. He had some brisket, some grilled mahi,
chicken parm.
It was good,
dude. The mashed potatoes though were 10 out of 10. Would recommend those again. I'm just pissed that they didn't like package anything up afterwards, and we just totally like that was the end of it. We didn't get to take anything home. But
knees sound like your door in knees WD-40. Yes.
Dude. Bro, I can't even like go on my knees anymore and just like go on like a full just to put full weight onto them all the time. Like it's just like it hurts.
It's not from the wedding or just because
just in general, just in general these days, like my knees are just fucked.
There's a local brewery in my in our town here called Sailfish Brewery. Rez, I brought a 6-pack of those, and then I was drinking whatever the one there. I think it was Highlight you had there, Tommy, right? The open bar.
Yeah, we did Highlight, and then I did Old Fashioned. It's like my drink. I think that's what I was drinking. Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't eat the poi. I don't even know what that is, but I'm assuming that's like a fish or like a sushi or something.
Maybe think of us. You have to come up with the Hawaiian name when you're there, like Piopi.
Piopi. I'm ready to surf. You're not ready. I'm ready.
Do less.
You are ready.
You're doing literally nothing now. You get it. You get it.
Surf.
Sir, no, like
looks like you got some sadness behind those eyes. You know what cures that? Surfing? No, weed. Got any? No, not really. All right, let's go surfing. It's so stupid in that movie.
My favorite line, though, is everybody's favorite line. You sound like you're from London.
Oh, I like the weather outside is weather.
Forgot about that. How does it feel to be a married man? It feels kind of the same in the sense that like we've already lived together, so we were doing the same thing, but it feels different, like in the sense that I don't know. It's just like once you're married, it's like a different feeling. Like you guys are like now, like we're a family now. It's kind of like crazy when you think about it. So
no more
same but different.
Same but different, but still same. Taxes are a different thing. Maybe we'll get a little bit more breaks. Maybe I don't know how that works. Maybe I'm hoping.
I saw a list as like a married but take out a single 0. I think it is, or 1 on the sheet. Yeah, so no more living in sin.
Talking about taxes right now. Come on.
There you go. Shiny nailed it. Did you get any leftover wedding cake? My wife and I had that fridge for like 2 weeks, and I was taking bites. Yes, I'd say right after we get off this stream, 100% going to crush another slice because we got like a big like top piece for the wedding cake, and we just held on to it. So we're trying to knock down enough of it.
I didn't eat any
until we just like slice a piece, and we'll freeze it away, and then we'll probably just toss it after a year. So
you're supposed to keep like one piece
frozen for a year. Anniversary. That's what
I'm just saying, like I don't know if I really want to do that, but
it's not bad. It tastes fine after the year.
All right, we'll try to do that.
It's not bad.
CNFT
is like a whole thing.
Tommy's been saying he's trying to get off and he keeps chatting more, so I don't know what he's doing.
I'm exhausted. But I'm gonna be up all night. Apparently, it's early still.
You are gonna be up all night.
Yeah. Well, otherwise, other than that, I don't know what we got set up for Wednesday. No idea what you guys are doing. Maybe you guys, maybe not. We'll see. And then next
take a week off. I mean, you know, boss is out.
I know the boss ain't out, dude. You guys, if we're running this thing triple headed, you guys gotta figure that out. I don't actually have no idea.
We'll figure it out now. We're ready to go.
We
got some
pipeline
work.
Yeah.
And then next Monday, I don't know if we have a guest or not. Well, I'm sure stuff will evolve. I'll just tune in. We'll see what happens.
Just be a viewer. You know, actually, you probably won't be able to view because you'll be.
No, it'll be like 4 o'clock. Yeah, definitely not viewing. If you catch me viewing, that means we're taking a nap. I'm on the beach or something.
Real quick, before I pull the pin, Shiny, if you guys are still here, you liking the show, you liking the content, give us the thumbs up, hit that sub button, and share if you will. Thank you.
Yeah, that's nice, dude.
Like that?
Yeah. Well, dude, wrap it up on the back end.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, take it easy. I'll catch you guys 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Sounds good, man. Have a good time.
Peace.
Take it easy.